Hey, how's it going, man?
Good, how are you?
Good. I don't think anyone else is coming, so.
Okay. It's still ringing. Like, it's inviting me to the call still. Just
Oh,
trying to
really?
turn that off. Yeah. There it goes. Okay, it stopped.
Okay, cool. At
You said
least
you,
I didn't hear from anyone else, so I figured.
cool. You said you figured it all out?
Yeah, I think so. I think I got it all done. You want me to share my screen and we can kind
Yeah,
of
there's only two
talk about.
questions I really had. Um, First one, I'm sorry, I'm pulling up the question number right now.
No
The,
worries.
the first one was in, where is it at? Okay, so number three, where it's got the drop down menu with the dashboard where it kind of shows all the everything. It shows the yearly recap for whatever year, which is the input, and then it shows the total revenue, monthly average, highest month, lowest month, lowest month.
Uh,
I
yeah.
went through and I figured it out, and then I went back and reread the directions, and it says in there, you must use formulas so that the table on the historical sales is sorted in any manner. Items A through D are still correct. So that's kind of where I'm stuck because if I go back to my historical sales, what I did originally is I just did the sum and then I went through and I clicked the cells. And I can't figure out or I can't get it to cooperate to use because I'm trying to use, I guess I was trying to use like the sum if function where like it would
Gotcha.
automatically add it together if the cell month, the year in the month section equaled whatever year I was trying to calculate. Were you able to figure that part out?
Yeah, let me show you what I did.
Okay. Because that's where I've
Um,
been stuck, and I tried it for a while. I've tried for like almost 2 hours on that one question alone.
all right. Sharing my screen. So I did an if function there, and I create. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Column, just right by it, and I put this um, whatever year I select on the dashboard shows up right here. So this equals whatever year I select.
Okay.
And then for this, I did the formula if, and I said find what year this cell is right here.
Right.
So if year B5 equals this year up here, and then I anchored that. Then show the revenue,
Okay.
show nothing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
And then I just, what was that, number three? So, and then I just did total revenue, obviously some. So then I just took and said, do everything. How do I explain this?
I
So
can
for
see
the
what you're
first one,
doing.
you got that?
Yeah. No, that makes a lot more sense than what I was trying to do. Because I was trying to
Yes.
do it. I was trying to do it where if like I was trying to here I'll show you what I was doing real quick. Trying to figure out how to screen share. All right, can you see that?
Yeah, I can.
So what I did is I tried to like put all the information here and then anchor like put the information into these cells, and then on my dashboard I anchored or I did the value lookup for all those things. But your way makes a lot more sense.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that, but do it. Here, I'll share my screen again. Let's see. Share. Okay. So if doing it this way, it doesn't matter if they reorder, because this
It's just the whole
formula
value.
right here, this formula right here is just pulling whatever is right here. So if they reorder it, it's still going to pull whatever this up here tells it to pull.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then on these formulas, you're going to include, the year's not going to matter. You're going to include E5 through E64, so you're going to include all these.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was trying to use the if function because I figured if we just learned about it, like there's got to be some way to make it work, and I could just not get it to
Yeah,
work.
the only thing I used the if what was it called, the multiple ifs was on this first part, was on number 1.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
So just a question on your, so right here on your left hand side, you put last 60 months total revenue. Are we supposed to do it like a big, like just one big number for all 60 months, or are we supposed to do it by year?
That's a good question. Let's see. So that was number 1. It said in the monthly revenue column, generated in each month. Oh, that was number 2 actually. Create another sheet. Okay, summary dashboard. Show the calculated total revenue generated for all of the years in the worksheet. This is one.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
it says it's one number only, so that's why I did it that way.
Okay, not a problem. I was just
Yeah.
looking at it. I was like, oh, okay. And then the other question I had, I answered it by looking at your sheet. I was trying to do, can you still see mine or no?
Here, let me see. No, I can't see yours anymore.
Let's see. Because the only other question I had was, this one, share. On this one right here, the number of months below value, I kept trying to use the formula, the count if, and then the value was below J3, which is up here, you could put any value you wanted. I couldn't get the formula to work, so I was going to ask you how you did that, but I saw you did yours on the historical sale section.
So yeah, I just did same thing. I'll share my screen real quick.
Yeah.
I'll just
so I saw what you did. It makes sense. I was trying to figure out. I figured, hey, we're learning about the count if function. There's got to be a way to make it work, and I just couldn't get it to work.
Yeah, I just made a whole new column and said if here, I can't remember exactly what I did. I'll share real quick. So for that, I made this new column right here, and I said if this number is greater than this number, then put a 1. If it's not, then put a 0, or
Right.
put a blank.
Right.
And that way it'll just count the number of ones.
Right.
I think I did that correctly.
Yeah, because then you put like,
really
then in your months below input value, you probably just did like the sum of F whatever through whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I haven't gone through and checked my work on that one yet, but I think I did it right. So.
Sweet. Well, that's all the questions I had. Like I said, I was just trying to figure out that one.
Okay. Sweet. The only thing I'm kind of, I guess not stuck on, but just wondering, it's kind of ambiguous, the directions, is it does show the chart of the most recent 60 months, which I did, and I had the same thing that you did. I saw yours up there. But I'm also, the directions say that they want to Oh, what did it say exactly? They want to analyze the data, like the monthly data,
Right.
see which months they're low in, and that chart doesn't actually show that. Because I couldn't get it to show any months or dates.
Which number are you on? Or are you talking about the graph?
Yeah, the graph, which is number 2.
So what I did, and I think ours are very similar because I was looking at yours. What I did is I made it so it only shows every 6 months on my access, like on my whatever, if that makes sense. Because it talks about in, hold on, pulling up the directions. It's number 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it says like you should create a graph for all the years. You should graph all 60 months, even though you might not display them. Because I figured, I was looking at that, I'm like, 60 months is going to be a lot of data to show, but at the same time, you kind of want to be able to tell, well, this one's really low. How far, along is that? So
Yeah.
that's why I did every 6 months, because I kind of figured that's a better benchmark to, I guess, give you an idea of where it's at with not being too overwhelming. But like you said, there's not really a specific direction that says, hey, show it, November of each year as the data point.
So how do you change the bottom axis to show 6 months? I couldn't get my numbers to.
So go
It was just
to
showing a bunch of random numbers for the dates.
so if you pick it up, or if you right click on the did you already add access to yours? Like add the access titles?
I actually took it away because it just wasn't working.
Okay. So if you go to add or go to access titles, and then right click in the area and it'll say format access,
Uh-huh.
and then go to access options. It'll say automatically select based on data, and then under that it'll ask you for the bounds. It'll say like minimum, maximum. So your minimum is going to be your first month, which is November of 2012, and then your maximum is going to be October 2017, because that's the end of the month they gave us. And under that it says units. For major, I put 6 months, and then for minor, I put a month, but I don't think the minor one actually does anything. Because if I change my major, I can change it to 9, and it would do every 9 months. If I change it to 6, it'll show me every 6 months.
Okay. Are you talking about, so I'm under format access, and you said under labels?
It's
Or,
actually, so there's access options, and then it's the last one. It says access options. It's like the 3, like the little graph, little bars.
yeah.
Okay. So then under that, I put automatically select based on data.
Oh, okay.
And just below that, where it says the bounds, the minimum is going to be the first month in your data, which it should say 11-1 2012.
Wait, I'm not seeing that part.
Okay.
So I automatically select based on data.
Yep.
And then what do you say is under that?
It's under bounds. Okay, I'll show you my screen real quick and see if yours is similar.
I wonder if mine's different.
Can you see mine?
Yeah, I don't have bounds under mine. That's weird.
Do you have units?
No, it doesn't show any of that. It's under that part is vertical axis. It says vertical axis crosses. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. That's so weird. So mine just has this. Do you see that?
Yeah.
I have no idea why it's different.
Try when you did your data, or when you did your graph, did you use the month and stuff? I'm assuming you did.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. I can't remember where, but yeah, it selected these months over here.
That's interesting.
I'll try to redo it, but
because that's all I did. I selected the just like you did, the month or whatever, and then did it, and then that's all my options that kind of came up.
gotcha. Maybe I need to select. I'll look at what data I selected. That's weird. Oh, cool. Yeah, that was the only thing that I was not fully figuring out. But
Okay. Cool. I appreciate your help.
yeah, no problem. Let me know if you have any other questions.
All right, I will. I will do. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I'll shoot over the link to your email.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks, man.
We'll see it. Bye.